All right, welcome everybody. We live, we are live, we are live, we are live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. So I'm just trying this for the first time on YouTube. So please, my YouTube subscribers and everybody who's gonna watch this video, please do forgive me if there's anything that we don't get right while we're doing this, but this is just, this is the first one and it's impromptu. So let's go. And then on Facebook, to everybody who's on Facebook, we're still just setting up for tonight's live, very impromptu. So we're just getting things started now. I'm just setting up on all these devices that I'll be working on, and just to get everybody on the same page. So, welcome everybody. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Lebu, and tonight we are going to be discussing the Metaforce updates. Now, Metaforce launched, I think, 2 days ago now. So, it's about 48 hours since we launched. It has been the most anticipated launch of 2022. I personally have never seen anything like this. I've been involved in opportunities before. We've had this is launching and this is going to be great. But I think the impact and the reach of Metaforce really has been felt. So we're excited. We are ready to go. But I just felt that it was important for me to come on live. Number one, because I have a lot of my own team members who've been coming to me asking questions and I have been answering them. They realize I'm helping everybody one on one. Let's take this and try and help as many people as possible. Let's go through these updates. Let's go through what do they mean for you and me, because I believe, people being having a lack of information and understanding can cause challenges, because when you don't understand, you then tend to assume. So today, my duty is to break down what does this mean. And once you understand what it means, then you'll be able to chart the course going forward to say, okay, this is where we are. What do I do now? Where are we going? Am I going left? Am I going right? What is the game plan now that we have been paused? So I'm going to be speaking mostly about the technical aspect of it. What, in terms of a smart contract, what does all of this mean? And for us who are already members, for those of us who want to become members, and for future members, what is this? What does all of this that's happening mean to us? So let's start from the beginning. So we've been involved with Force, some of us for a few weeks, others maybe it's been about 2 months since they got started. We anticipated the launch. Launch then happened on the 29th. It happened. We went live. And with us going live, imagine it being a concert, a party, a great concert, and everybody is waiting for the doors to be open. And okay, you'll excuse me because we are live and this wasn't planned. I do have a few distractions here with me that I'll be attending to as we go. So, when the doors are open, everybody is flooding in. It's like when ticket sales go, or when the iPhone is launched, everybody wants it and sites are crashing because everybody's trying to purchase the new iPhone. So when the site went live, there were a lot of elements that became apparent. Number one, like we always explain I explain in my information sessions, is that what's a smart contract and how does it work? Now, a smart contract is a piece of code that is placed on the blockchain. Once it's placed on the blockchain, we keep saying this, it can't be deleted, it can't be hacked, it can't be changed. So once it's there, it is there and it is there for the life of the blockchain. So that is one of the reasons they took their time in deploying the contract, because they wanted to make sure that the contract had um, nothing that would give it a challenge for the life of the contract, that everything was perfect, everything was going to run smoothly, and that it would be able to calculate all of the transactions without making any mistakes. Now, that was done. It was done successfully, and that is why the contract was then deployed onto the blockchain. Now, the contract operates on the blockchain. We need an interface, somewhere where we can go and communicate with this interface. And what then created is what we call a DApp, or a decentralized application. And then for us to access this DApp, we are using a website. Now, websites are centralized. A website is controlled by a person. Why does a website have to be controlled? Because firstly, it has to be designed, it has to be maintained, it has to be updated every now and then. a website can have it can have bugs in it. So, and a website does not operate on a blockchain. The website talks to the interface that is the blockchain. So when the website is built, the website went live. Everything was a work in progress. Like Lado said, this is a pre-launch, so few things were being tweaked along the way. And so they went live. We also had hacking attempts because any good thing, there's always some bad characters who are trying to come into the system and hack what is going on. So the hacking attempts were prevented, and the site has been operational. Now, when all of us are trying to register on the site, sometimes there can be an overload on the network. And then the overload causes a slowing down in the system. It's not an overload on the Polygon network. The Polygon network and the blockchain are fine. They are operating at 100%. But what is slow is the website where you and I are interacting because we're not developers. We don't speak blockchain, the language of the blockchain. So we understand the language of a website. Log in here, sign up there, click here. That's what we understand. So that's what the interface is there for. So that's what the interface is for us to communicate with something that we know and understand. If we were all developers, we would just go to the Polygon network and do everything via the blockchain. But the interface is there to make things easier for human beings. Now, when there are a lot of people trying to interact with this interface, with the website started to experience some errors and some challenges. And these are what we call bugs. Now, they're not cause physical bugs. It's bugs in the system, and it's little errors in the website code where it's not reading something correctly, or there's too much demand on one aspect of the website. So that's why today the developer, who is Lado, came out and he put out a poll on the official Telegram page to say, there's a lot of information going out there. People are becoming frustrated because you want to register, you're trying 10 times and it's not going through. So what does that do? People become frustrated. When you're frustrated, you vent. Now, as the developer, as the person who's controlling all of this, he was faced with two options. Option number one was, let's continue with the traffic that we have and everything that is going on. And with that, let us fix the bugs as we go, which they started doing, and things started running a little bit smoother. But now, as things are running smoother, what happens? More people want to come through the door. Then more bugs come along and more overload on the system. So then he had two options. That was the one option. And the other option was, let's pause the website. Pausing the website does not mean pausing the smart contract. Once the smart contract is on, it's on. It is there. If it's open source, so you can actually go right now onto the Polygon blockchain and view the contract. View how many accounts were created, how many people activated level one, how many accounts activated level two. All of that is open source, transparent, and you can see that on the blockchain. That does not stop, that does not change. What is being worked on right now is they are working on a smart contract. So I think this is very important, and I'm actually kind of glad that this happened because it gives us an opportunity to learn something different to the traditional opportunities that people have been a part of. Because naturally, once you're in an opportunity and you start seeing hiccups, people start to panic. Yo, what happens now? Is the money gone? Now, with the smart contract, remember, Force does not hold any money. They don't hold my money, they don't hold your money. Once we communicated with the smart contract, those people who have earned, their money is sitting in their wallets. It's not sitting with Force. So Force cannot pull their money. Force cannot give them money. Money comes from what is happening between individuals on this peer-to-peer platform. So with contract still going on and the website pause, those who have earned, their money is with them. They can withdraw it. It's not stuck on a system. It's not stuck on a computer. No money is stuck in a system. Money is in people's wallets, people's trust wallets that they control and they use. Those people who have not yet been able to register, their funds are with them. Your funds, if you wanted to register, your funds, your funds are still on your trust wallet. your funds are still on your trust wallet. Force cannot access your funds. They cannot pull funds from you that you have not um paid to somebody else. So everything is still in everybody's hands. So it's completely decentralized, which is awesome because now we get to see what decentralization um actually means. Decentralization means not in the control of a third party. Everything is peer to peer. So that's how that works. Now, people who have earned, your earnings will remain. People who want to register, you are going to have a smoother experience of registration once these bugs in the website have been fixed and the errors have been sorted out. So currently, we are on a pause of the website, not pause of the platform. A second, sorry. So I'm sorry about that. So the website is the only thing that's paused. On the business side, everything continues. Now, what happened when we launched? We saw people earn huge amounts of money. People earn five figures, six figures. People earn some very good income. And I'd like us to remember that this income was not one day income. It's income that was earned in one day on the through the platform, but it was a culmination of work that had taken place. For some people, it was a month worth of work. For others, it was 2 months. For some of us, it was 2 or 3 weeks worth of work. So it's not work that we did in a 24-hour period and we earned in a 24-hour period. It is work that we've been at it. These people have been at it. And because of the work that they were doing while Metaforce was preparing to launch, while Metaforce was preparing to launch, now those results got to be seen in that 24-hour period. So during this pause, those of us who understand what this pause means, we are not pausing our effort. What we're doing now is that we are saying, now that we've learned how the system works, we know how to register, we know where to press, we know how a trust wallet works, we know how to fund our trust wallets. It's time for us now to help our teams and make sure that everybody will be ready when they say, okay, it's time to press play. The website is back up. You can now continue and we are going to continue. And in our continuation, now we are going to set up our teams, make sure everybody's trust wallet is ready, make sure that they have funded their trust wallet. They have converted their Matic into DAI so that on the day of website reopening rather, you will experience what people say in 48 hours. I've made over $1,000. Some people say I've made over